paired with.
Yeah, if you have an aversion to wisdom. I don't know. Sometimes
Hello, ladies and
wisdom.
gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of
Whoa.
Stacker.News Live. My name is Car with BFF Keyan, and my very pleb poet. Say hi.
Whoa.
Should be GBFF, right?
Oh.
Girl best friend forever.
Oh, that's a cool acronym.
Yeah, that's.
But that also means gay best friend.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Is that like a thing that people use?
Yes.
That's more rare
man.
though. So
women
really got to compete for the GBFF because it's scarce.
Why? Girls being best friends?
No, having a gay best friend for women, it's like a rare commodity.
It's not.
There's a lot of, but there's kind of high competition, is my understanding. Because you imagine gay men relative to straight men, it might be like a 1 to 4, maybe. I don't know the actual
Having
stats.
friends that are girls?
No, I thought we're talking about men, like gay friends.
The friend is gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a girl, that's pretty common.
To have a gay boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but it's not, I don't think it's that common. It happens, but I don't think it's like super common.
It is. I've had a lot of gay best friends in my life.
Okay.
All right.
Speaking from personal
crazy
experience.
show before.
All right.
I've never seen this crazy show before. This is called Stacker.News Live.
We haven't lost you already.
We cover the top stories of front page Bitcoin on Stacker.News every week. What was I going to say? We changed our YouTube channel a little bit. So Wumble
again?
Yeah. So we're updating a lot of things. We went ahead and we have videos here at the top now. We have popular videos here. We have full-length episodes. So now you can go through our past episodes and look at all the receipts that Car's been right and Keyan's been wrong. So you can go through all the full episodes there. Look at all these. And then we have Wumble. So all the clips that Wumble does, you can see all the Wumble SNL clips that he does. He pours a lot of work into this every week. So you can go through all of those. There's like 290 of them now. Do you know that? Or like 200 of them?
Of
quite a lot of Wumble clips.
Oh. Yeah.
And then we have
I like how you call out Wumbo. That's cool.
Yeah, and then we have top community clips as well too. Yeah. What was I going to say? But yeah, check it out. New Stacker.News Live. We're just trying to streamline it more.
Do you think you were going to say, like, how was your week? Is that what you were going to do?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. How was your week? How was your week, Keyan?
It's okay. I think this is my first week back. Yeah, it's okay. Reviewing EK's PR, which is kind of a big thing. And he's been working on it for a long time. But I'm excited to get it released. That's most of my week. How about you guys?
How was your week, Shanna?
Hey, it was great. Let me think about one thing that I did this week that's interesting.
A lot of things you did this week were very interesting.
We're
going to talk about them today.
That's very true. Oh, I made this.
Woohoo! Another zine.
And then I took my cat outside. He likes to roll around on the hot concrete.
Yeah.
What's your cat's name?
Wilson.
Wilson, that's right.
Wilson.
Like the ball from Castaway.
Yeah, he likes to roll around. You ever see a cat do that?
I don't know. Keyan used to have a cat.
Yeah, cats love that. I don't know what it is. I think they might be trying to like dirty themselves and
it's sort of like a dirt bath.
Yeah, I think so. That's my thought. Is they want like bacterial like overturn or turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves it.
Interesting.
Cool.
Well, that's fun. We launched Startup School this week, so that was fun. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. It was super busy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was here till like 1 a.m. most nights. And then it's gone back to normal Thursday and Friday. But
did you have? Did Dr. Littlefield visit you?
The ghost that walks through the halls.
Yeah.
No. Well, no, it hadn't gotten till midday. Like he usually doesn't come out till like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Got to be deep in the night.
Yeah.
Is he like in one of those like big sleeping shirts with like a little cap?
No. With like a little like candle?
No, it was mostly like the usual. It was mostly like me, and then there's like a There's like one or two guys from Unchained who are obsessed like me with their jobs. That
Wait,
work.
there are Unchained people here that late?
Yeah, dude. I mean, and there's a couple guys from like TFTC who are like super obsessed too. Like,
I know those guys are here late.
yeah, we're all kind of like, you know, we work different shifts here.
Don't have wives kind of thing.
Damn. There you go.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
But it's true.
What was I going to say? But yeah, never see the show. We're going to jump into the top 5 stories of the week, baby boy. The number 5 story of the week is seeking advice for finding a good therapist. This is from Coob. 68 comments, 2035, 1 sats. Keyan. What's this?
Yeah, I was looking. I mean, the title kind of explains it, and then I go into more detail that people can react poorly to, as they do, or make tons more assumptions on the basis of in the comments as they did.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, yeah. Well, just some of it.
Okay.
You know, you kind of expect it, but that's what makes fruit have juice.
Did you get good advice though?
Not really.
Yeah.
Except confidence in the knowledge that there is no answer. Like confidence in that I'm not like missing something. I guess that's what I like. More evidence of the absence of any advice.
Good tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being available for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just looking for someone to talk to. I used to see a therapist a while ago. I haven't seen one in a long time. Yeah. And they can be good. Well, the good ones are really good, but it's like anything, it's like 10% of the population of a profession. So you have to kind of cycle through them. And yeah, that's basically
My mom is one. Well, my mom is a counselor, which is sort of
really?
different because she doesn't like she can't like prescribe anyone medication.
Oh, well, that's a therapist to me.
Right.
So
She'll do talk therapy, right?
Yep.
But
Oh, wow.
yeah.
What are her specialties?
I'm not sure. I guess children, but she also speaks to a lot of couples.
Okay, so she does family therapy.
Family therapy, yeah.
It's a pretty common one.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you have like a mom as a therapist that she's also your therapist sometimes?
Definitely. But I'm also hers because she doesn't have
really?
anyone else.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Is she everybody like in your family's therapist too as well?
I wouldn't say so. She's pretty professional about approaching people with advice of any kind. She wouldn't just drop it on somebody.
Yeah.
But
That's cool. Yeah. Well, Coop, well, sounds like you oh, EK dropped something. I didn't see him.
Yeah, UK talked about the therapist that he's seen over the years
Okay. I
and
didn't
his
see
experience, which largely, lines up with most people's experience seeing therapists. They had one that was okay, more or less.
Yeah, so it looks like a bunch of stackers jumped in.
Yeah, a bunch of stackers share their experience with it. Like Aardvark is grieving, his friend died.
Yeah.
Um,
It's good that we all rally around each other as stackers. That's what's cool about this community. I think you can talk about anything on Stacker News, and I think that's what's different about other platforms.
yeah, I echo that. You can be 100% on Stacker.News.
Yeah, I feel like it's just the format that allows for more thoughtful. It's kind of has this like self-selection of people who are willing to read,
Yeah.
which is rare. So you filtered out most of the buttholes, and then and then you need to be a writer. It's like another filter. So yeah, people feel a little more comfortable, I think, because there's more thoughtful people in general. So
And then you get to know them too after a while, like the top post today. And then you kind of get to know the person,
and you have like a much richer like context for getting to know people as well, rather than just like images of what they ate for lunch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or like what memes they like.
Yeah. Cool. We're going to jump into number 4. Top story of the week is seeing if I can pay my rent with Bitcoin. This is living on Bitcoin 8 hours ago. Bitcoin territory, 32 comments, 1444. Say it's Keyan. What's this?
Yeah, this guy, I think this guy's name is Nittany. It's not a name I've heard before. Looks like he's based in New York. But they
New
have,
user?
yeah,
That's
yeah, just signed up this week.
okay.
He has a YouTube channel where he does Bitcoin stuff. Yeah, and
Is that him?
Yo, what's
that's him. That's Nittany.
up? He's in a pool. Wow, baller.
Yeah, it's a
chain
chain
and everything.
Look at that.
Smoothie King.
Yeah, that was him at Melville Deli.
I like this guy already.
I like him.
I don't know, is that a lightning bolt on his chain? Or is it like
I'm not sure.
Oh, cigar too. Wow.
yeah. He's really living, you know.
That's awesome.
Who is this guy? He's living on Bitcoin apparently.
Yeah, he's trying to live more on Bitcoin. I watched one of his videos where he tries to live on Bitcoin for 24
That's
hours.
awesome.
Okay.
That was one of his more recent videos. And then yeah, when he visited Melville Deli, which Siggy has written about a few times, where they do a meetup on Long Island.
He's like, call me, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool. Jana, what do you think about videos like this?
I love it. Show me where you live. I'm curious.
He says he has a landlord, though. What kind of, do you rent a mansion? I don't, is that something people do?
Speaking of
like
YouTube,
he's smoking a cigar, and the way he talks on the phone, look at that.
I mean,
With the,
that is
with the pinky up, like
I mean, and the shirt,
gotta
like
love
the subtle, tasteful V.
Yeah. It is subtle. Like
you
like
think he
there's
holds
no
Bitcoin
risk
ETFs or
there.
no?
Maybe. I mean, he looks put together enough.
Yeah,
Have a
he's
whole
got
portfolio.
stocks and bonds. And, no, I don't know. Actually.
Absolutely. Oh, he's going to show you his portfolio.
Okay, he's on strike.
It looks like
He's on
it
strike.
yeah.
looks like he's using real Bitcoin.
I mean, well done. Like,
Well, strike is
well done
custodial.
video.
Stocks Bitcoin.
He did have a Zeus wallet, so he does run a node.
Oh, okay, so he
Yeah,
runs
so
into
he's
this.
actually,
All right,
you know,
all right.
in rarefied air.
We love to see it.
That's cool. Well, that's awesome.
Maybe get a deeper V, Nittany. You know, see.
No, to keep it tasteful.
You think you? All right, fine.
Darth Coin said it took me some years until I convinced my landlord to accept Sats. Now I'm paying rent straight into his wallet. Then he drops some alternatives. Cool. It's awesome. Undisciplined says I'm going to wait until my income is predominantly in Bitcoin to attempt this. Cool.
Yeah, the post what does he do? He's trying to figure out how to pay his rent in Bitcoin. So I think the first step he does is he tries to ask his landlord if he can pay him directly. But then the next best option he says that he has is use Strike's bill pay, which is, you know, is that really you're paying in fiat, but you yourself never touch fiat. Strike kind of does it for you. So
Doesn't Fold kind of has like the similar option set, right?
Yep, Fold allows you to do something similar, but I think they actually don't let you pay things like rent.
Bills. Oh,
yeah, anything that's like a very large recurring item, I don't think they let you do easily. At least you have to like pay through PayPal and do some end direction.
Yeah.
Because they give rewards. I don't think Strike gives rewards.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's cool
That
stuff.
would be a big percentage of rewards then
Yeah,
to give away.
that's why a lot of people want to do it.
Right.
Cool. The next top story, number 3, is how Tether became money laundering's dream. This is from The Economist. It's from Scoresby. 29 comments, 1,759 cents. Keyan, I can only imagine what this is, but tell us what it is.
Yeah, The Economist is writing about a particular money laundering empire. Like it's a Russian female. What they do is they take cash from drug cartels and gangs and oligarchs in Russia, and they, in return for the cash that they get from them, they give them Tether, and the Tether they get from basically like the Bitcoin ransom people. So they take Bitcoin from the ransom people, convert it into Tether, then trade the Tether for cash for the oligarchs and stuff. And now the oligarchs can move their money out of Russia if they need to, and the drug dealers can buy drugs from the cartels using Tether. And then they take the cash and then they give it to people who don't have access to bank accounts but want the cash. So it's kind of this nice, clean operation. But so Scoresby kind of scowls at some of the assumptions of the author of this post, who basically says that the banks are very successful at stopping this kind of criminal stuff, even though the article starts out by describing how few criminals are caught laundering by normal means, but they're like, Tether really takes it to another level. Yeah. So what was I going to say? Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but it's a pretty excellent post. I like the criminal. I was going to talk about the fee that the woman charges to launder money. It's 3%. Traditional money laundering costs 10. So pretty great. That's just technology for you, making everything more efficient.
Dude, it's just wild to think that. How do I say this?
What's he going to say? What's he going to be right about now?
It's just wild to think how far we've come in this ecosystem to where everybody's okay with this like stablecoin entering a lot of different wallets, a lot of different social apps, a lot of different, I mean, you name it, it's in it. And we're all okay with all this kind of surveillance, and no one's saying anything about it, but everybody's ignoring it, or at least not talking around it, but not really confronting it like we have to today, because it's in the top 5 stories. We can't ignore it. We have to talk about it. Like I'm going to give you my opinion on it. I just think it's just fascinating how no one's saying anything about this, but it clearly says in this article that Tether is working directly with the FBI and other heads of state to arrest people, and it's handing over data, and it's putting people in jail, and it's doing all these things. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, it's like how if you're a Bitcoiner, how safe do you feel as Tether in? Like, do you feel like that wallet is also at risk, is also being surveilled? Keyan, is that a fair question from Car today to ask that?
I think all questions are fair. I agree with Albert Einstein when he said that there is no such thing as a stupid question. So that's my point of view on that. But I mean, the author argues in here that Tether's bad at this. That Tether is bad at doing the job of like preventing illicit stuff. And then they have like a Tether representative in here, I think it's a CTO, who describes how much illicit finance they actually stop, and how much monitoring and stuff that they do, and how intermingled they are with the current administration. It's a pretty good article if you want to understand like kind of current state of Tether, viewed from a skeptical eye. But the skeptical eye belongs to someone who is sort of a morist towards the traditional financial system. So it's maybe not the skeptical eye that you want, which is maybe a Bitcoiner's skeptical eye.
But if I'm using a wallet that has Tether implemented into the wallet, though, am I being surveilled by the police?
You're already being surveilled. So any wallet you're KYCing into, you're done.
No, but I'm saying if a wallet is accepting Tether into its app, am I being surveilled as a Bitcoiner that's not KYC'd?
Well, if you're not using Tether, they don't have any way of
No, but I'm saying like, okay.
It implies that the company that you're using that is incorporated Tether does not care about your privacy or your financial sovereignty as much as one.
So let's just, for the stackers who are listening to this, KYC meaning email address, a phone number, or any other form of identification.
Things that would allow anyone to figure out who you are and where you live.
Okay, so if I download an app, a Bitcoin app, that's a wallet or a social app that has Tether and that has an email address,
I would say
it's fair to assume, adversarially thinking as a Bitcoiner, that I'm being surveilled by agencies.
So the reason any wallet KYCs you is so that they can do anti-money laundering stuff on you as a person using their software and report you to the government when they think you're doing something that might cause them to be liable for providing financial services to you. That's the reason they're KYCing.
But when does that metadata start leaking and selling to other data agencies, and then it starts tracking me? And then,
I mean, I don't know. It depends on like the terms of service that these companies have. I don't know. But that's the whole point of the KYC. It's specifically for monitoring. Like, they're not KYCing you to be able to send you money in the mail if you lose your account. They're KYCing you because they want to give your personal information to governments if their systems flag that you're doing something.
I'm just saying it's a really slippery. I'm just saying it's a really slippery slope that we're walking down as Bitcoiners when these Tether tokens start entering some of these apps. I mean, I think that's a fair thing to ask.
I put it to you this way, though. Safety isn't a feeling. So if you're using any wallet thinking that it's going to make you safe, that's a bad assumption.
Yeah. This is maybe, say you KYC'd into a Bitcoin wallet and then they also add Tether. This does feel like a step in a direction towards, less sovereignty, less self-sovereignty. That's I think the most you can say. But the moment you're like KYCing into a custodial wallet, you've basically lost your sovereignty as far as most of us are concerned. That's when you begin walking down the slippery slope or slipping down it.
I guess a bigger question is, when are you adding Tether to Stacker.News?
I don't have any intention of adding Tether.
What if the stakeholders make you?
I don't have stakeholders that would make me.
Okay.
But that is the question, though. Like, what do all these like integrations with Tether kind of mean long term?
Well, they say it in this article. Tether made twice as much money
as BlackRock,
which is incredible. So they are. If you think BlackRock is this evil, powerful thing, maybe you don't think Tether is evil, but they are. They're twice as powerful if you can measure it in terms of profit.
Yeah.
I have a Rome was at a very big at the height of its paganism too as well. So let's just remember that. It's
yeah, Rome was so big.
Look how that turned out.
And look how that turned out. Fell to the ground. Some of it.
I don't know if
That's why I'm saying it's a house of cards.
Tether is?
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't know when that's going to crumble. A lot of what they're buying are treasury bills too, which they also say in this article that where is it? It's like it's the safest thing that you could purchase.
Yeah, they take most of what they hold to back.
And they also say here that Tether teamed up with Tron, which we know is a communist company. So that's another thing.
I didn't know they were communists.
Yeah, they have Justin Sun working with them, which is he's a communist, known communist.
Well, okay.
I mean, there are articles out there. I don't need to.
Where are they?
Look them up. They're on there. They're out there.
So I should look up, is Tron a communist company?
No,
look into it.
Look into Justin Sun, who's the CEO of Tron. He's a communist.
I don't know who that is.
Well, it was 2017 when all that came out.
I like the movie Tron. I hope that's not.
Anyways,
do you remember the game?
Anyways, I just think it's fascinating how a lot of these questions aren't being asked, but we're forced to ask it here on Stacker.News Live.
I think there are people asking them. I think just the people who are most influential aren't. The people that you kind of expect to aren't.
Well, they're not supposed to.
Because I mean, that's you don't buy the plebs, you buy the influencers who
But are like everyday
manipulate
people
things.
using Tether or like companies?
I think there's a lot of people. We get a lot of posts on Stacker.News about how people can't spend money in, say, Venezuela, can't spend Bitcoin in Venezuela, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
can spend Tether.
Yeah.
It is. I think it is. Helping a lot of people
Right.
get access to dollars who wouldn't otherwise be able to get access to them.
Like
So
be able to participate financially.
yeah, so there's that
while
side to
they're-
Tether.
Yeah.
That's just like, yeah, banking people who within US dollars who wouldn't otherwise be banked. So that's the positive side.
While
of
their
this.
economies crumble.
Yeah. So giving them somewhat of an exit, and then Tether itself has so much money, it's doing, a variety of nice things for Bitcoin and open source and
Lightning.
decentralized technology. I don't know if it's doing much good for Lightning, although they are partnered with some companies to provide
Who's to say?
Tether on the Lightning Network.
Yeah.
The number 2 top story of the week is Pleb Economist number 8. What game theory can teach us about Bitcoin and self-custody? Keyan, what's this from Simple Stacker?
Yeah, I thought this was a really good post and really well written and really simple. I loved the way it was laid out. But it starts out by introducing us to the
We got it
model.
too.
Oh, really?
It's also in SNZ, the Stacker.News zine, in print, in ink, and
it's on a
paper.
spread.
It's spread out.
Look at that spread.
Yeah, they got a center. Simple Stacker is a centerfold in this the Stacker.News zine. The Stackerberg model describes how a monopolist behaves in a pro-consumer way, even without competitors, because there is always the threat of a competitor entering if they become anti-consumer. So if you think about Amazon is mostly an e-commerce monopoly, but their prices are still comparatively low, and in some cases lower, but much lower than you can get elsewhere. And the reason why they aren't able to increase their prices a lot, even though they're a monopoly, is because if they did, then those other e-commerce shops would begin to be competitive with them. So they behave as if competition exists at the scale that they do, even though it doesn't, simply because there's a threat that they might not be a monopoly anymore. And so the Stackerberg model kind of lays out the game theory of this. And rather than in a matrix, which can tend to be confusing, this is in a tree format. But you can see that the monopolist will choose a low price. And as a result of it choosing a low price, the potential entrant, the competitor will not enter into the market. And therefore the monopolist makes a healthy profit relative to them establishing a higher price, which would introduce the potential entrant. So he uses this model to then describe the effect of the ability to self-custody Bitcoin, keeping custodians more honest and trustworthy than they would otherwise be. And if you can imagine the banking systems, we would argue they commit all kinds of abuses. But if you didn't need a bank and there was like a credible alternative to a bank, maybe they would have a in their own interests. They would not be so gross and engage in more pro-consumer behavior. And he's basically arguing the same thing with Bitcoin, but Bitcoin, it's actually possible. We do have a credible path to self-custody. And therefore, any Bitcoin custodian always has the threat that this competition of users taking custody of their own money might emerge as a result of some bad behavior on their part. And so it's a pretty great post arguing for why, even if we think that self-custody might not become like dominant, the most popular way of holding Bitcoin, it being very good, self-custody being very good and easy and inexpensive is important for making the custodial experience of most of the people better.
I mean, call me crazy. I think just being next door to Unchained now, I think it's made me entirely more bullish on how self-custody will be more easier in the future. Just seeing a lot of the stuff that they rolled out this year with just their app and talking to the guys over there, like, and it's made me appreciate store value a little bit more. You know, us being more of a, you know, medium exchange kind of people, you know, being more Lightning native. But I will say though, I do think that self custody will just be a lot easier in the future. I frankly don't trust a lot of these custodians. Just seeing growing up in the 80s and 90s and being seen 2008 and all that kind of stuff, and how, you know, all that kind of fiasco happened. If you give them the opportunity to make paper Bitcoin, they're going to do it every single time. Not to say that's going on right now, but incentives, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I think some people would, you know, we do have a variety of custody models emerging. Some people would argue something like Unchained isn't a pure self-custody model, because in the worst case, I had this conversation with Scoresby actually, which I hadn't thought about, but they're like, they could shotgun KYC you, and I'm like, but you know, you can unilaterally exit from your multi-sig because you have two of the keys or 3 of 5 or whatever. And he's like, well, you need if you need them to sign, they can shotgun KYC you. I think Unchained KYCs everyone. I think that's just part of their model. Casa, I don't believe does, but I think. But his point is, his point stands. Is
I think we're in the,
yeah.
I think my answer has always been we're in the great state of Texas where you can have guns, and so I think we'll be fine. Plus, we have laws here, and a lot of those laws are getting passed in Texas. So I think we'll be fine if it ever came down to that. But I don't think it'll come down to that. Call me crazy. But plus, the people that are at the helm there, like Joe, I think they're doing a really good job there. So
no, I'm glad a variety of custody models and self-custody models exist. It's just, I think that's kind of one of the cool things that we're seeing emerge is you have a spectrum. We were spending a lot of time talking about Spark last week.
yeah,
Nick and I were talking about it a lot this week, and it similarly is like, it's somewhere in between things.
yeah. I think that's why it's important to look at the founders at these companies and how they carry themselves and what they're willing to give up and stuff like that. It really comes down to that for me personally. Undisciplined had the top comment, said, great post. I often think about how something similar will happen with respect to the entire legacy financial system long before hyper-Bitcoinization. This kind of game theory will force the fiat system to behave itself a little bit more. The other point that came to mind is that trustworthiness is not a binary. The better self-custody options become, the more trustworthy custodians will have to be. Jan, I know you're really big on using Cash App and stuff like that. Do you ever think about self-custody and what that means for you?
I guess the practice that I would employ for like Cash App is just like, you know, there's a threshold that I'm going to trust Cash App with.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as like any of my stacking behaviors reaches that point, I'm going to then take it off and custody it.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really good.
I love Cash App.
Me too. I think Cash App's amazing.
But nothing is perfect. No perfect solution.
Are you gonna use Wallet of Satoshi when it gets released?
Probably not. That's one I never tried.
No.
And you just, you know, I like to be simple. I'm a pretty simple person, so I just pick my track, and that's the one that it's going to be.
She stays in her lane, Car.
I stay in my lane. Vake, you know that's true.
That's awesome. Cool. Cool. Let's jump into the number one story of the week, which is my old friend. This is from Siggy47, 31 comments. 19,000 cents. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, Siggy wrote an account of a friend of his that he's known most of his life, who recently passed away. It's a very nice post. I mean, for me, I've been dealing with or around grief and dealing with grief for the past month or so, and so this is like tonally pretty nice. for me to hear someone going through it, and I think able to find support by writing. Yeah, and his friend seems like a really interesting guy. Irish Catholic, communist, but wouldn't pay taxes. Was in like the natural food industry, and did really well there. Was also a hoarder, and would collect as a sort of a hippie type. Would despised waste, so would just collect trash and like live amongst it. And I guess he also was somewhat of a a perpetual bachelor. And but he did have a liking to one particular lady, who he got to spend time with at the end there, even though they weren't together anymore. There's just lots of great tidbits in here that only someone that only Siggy could write well, I think, and someone who knew this person as well as Siggy did. Just a really cool as complicated as people are, it's all kind of here.
Yeah, it's a lot of like intimate information. You feel like you're reading secrets
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you read it, Jenna?
Yeah.
What did you think about the...
It was the first thing I read when I woke up.
And what did you think?
It's sobering reality.
Yeah.
But it's like a sweet account of just like the well-roundedness of like a character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I woke up it was the first thing I read in the morning too. Was it yesterday, right? Was it yesterday?
I thought it was this morning, but I'm not sure.
No, I think it was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like blown away by the whole. I told Keyan that. I was like, "Did you read Siggy's post?" Like when I came in, I was like, "My gosh!" It brought me to tears. I was I felt like I was right there with Siggy, like reading it out loud.
Totally.
I even though I've never met Siggy or.
And you really feel like Siggy's like care for this person.
Oh yeah, like it was like reading, and it's kind of one of those things. Like I wonder if his friend knew what Siggy thought about him.
Right, knew that he had such a good pal.
I think so. They were texting every day. So
right,
and they had driven around the country together, literally visiting every state. So I can't imagine.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like they had met in college and stuff, and they had like been friends. Really special, really, really special relationship they had.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it was beautiful. And then the way it ended, like what brought me to tears was the ending with his girlfriend holding his hand. Like that was just so remarkable.
Right.
Like I was just thinking, I was like, wow, thanks be to God there. Like that's all he wanted. And God gave him that blessing at the end. And I just thought that was beautiful. And I thought what was really cool was like he had said that it was a packed house.
Oh yeah, at his funeral. Yeah, that
at the end.
Yeah, I think Siggy has been talking about, losing someone and mentioning it because this has been a while now. He's kind of been going through this loss.
I think it was also another friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A few months ago.
But this feels like something, just like an important exercise for someone to do when they have lost someone, just kind of recount.
Yeah.
Everything you can.
A way to remember.
Yeah, I love this part because he believed he would meet his God. Like I love that part because I could definitely, that definitely resonated with me. It was like he wanted to meet God and like he was happy.
Yeah.
I totally can relate to that. It was like, yeah, like he's looking forward to heaven.
Yeah.
Like that was cool.
An embrace of the end, kind of.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought this is one of my favorite posts of all.
100% real. One of Stacker.News.
One of my favorite posts of all time.
Did you bookmark it?
Yeah. I was telling Siggy, if you're listening to this, I think it'd be awesome to read your life story, dude. Like I would love to read a Siggy.
I mean, we're like slowly getting it, right?
I mean, I feel like we are slowly getting it, but I feel like if we saw like a Siggy, I feel like Siggy has a lot of these.
Yeah.
Like it would be cool to read a Siggy life story and then it goes into like these kind of like tales into the story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be cool. It'd be so cool. Anyways, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about here?
No, I think I got it.
Yeah.
I got most of my stuff out.
Yeah. It was awesome post. Cool. That's all the top stories that we had this week. We're gonna jump into let's go with Jana's post first.
Oh wow.
So you want to do your book review first?
Okay, let's talk about my book review.
Okay, cool.
Which somebody else did. They reviewed my book.
Yeah, so Pleb Poet dropped a book, a surprise last week, which was like the best stuff because you just don't know like they're coming and they're just like, here you go, here's a surprise.
Yeah.
Keyan, you do that a lot too. You just drop surprises. You don't know, right?
Yeah.
I'm a surprise guy.
I love surprises.
Yeah.
So we got to drop. Pleb Poet drop. Just showed up. Just showed up one day. I was just like, oh wow, this is something that was unexpected. But yeah, Pleb Poet, tell us about your book, and then yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess it's poems that I've written over the last 5 or 6 years, and also photographs that I've taken. And I guess I just dropped it, kind of stealth dropped it because, I've been sort of working on it for so long, and I just like finally got the time to finish it, and it was just like, okay, push it out, just finish it. So there it is. I don't know what else can I say. I mean, I'm starting a series where I'm like reading each of the poems, and they're going up on YouTube, and then I'll like have some commentary about each one of them. So I just put the first one up yesterday of that. But I liked reading this book review because it was really well done, and it was really weird.
Is that Pleb Dev right there?
That's Pleb Dev right there.
Wow, look at that. Stoic. Man. Look how his feet just curve in.
Oh yeah, they're wrapped around there.
Does he have web feet? Is it true? Because he's so Web 5?
I didn't know he was. I'm sorry
kidding.
that we're now analyzing your feet.
Digits.
He has Web 5 feet. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, it was weird. It was weird to like have someone else kind of like give an analysis of like something that I wrote, which I just never expect anyone else to kind of like, I don't know, have those kinds of analyses to say about it.
Yeah, I when you came in this week, I told you I was like, did you know the person who reviewed your book? And you were like, no. And I was like, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
I was like, because I had never, and I told you this, like when he when I saw it, I was like, he compared it to Bob Dylan. And
that one.
And then in my head, I was like singing like Bob Dylan's. I heard Bob Dylan's voice in your poetry, because I was doing his little thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, this is very. He's right. It's very similar.
Yeah, that's his poem right there that he pulled out of the book and talked about that.
Yeah, like it's right here. So like this is from Pleb Poet. It goes, sitting idly by, my brother welcomed his son into the world yesterday. This morning I saw a train pulling along 100 tanks. His lungs weren't clearing on their own. He's got tubes through his nose. Someone is mobilizing some effort somewhere, but I can't know it for certain. I know it's his care and mine, this tiny baby, but the tubes in his nose make me wrenched. Everyone along the path of the train slowed down. I wonder if they thought of war as I did. I was like, wow, that's so powerful.
Yeah, I was just parked on the highway, and it's like two thoughts were in my mind at once.
Yeah, it's like he was right. It's like very Dylan-esque. I was like, wow. But it really took somebody else to get me there. I was like, wow.
But I will say, okay, so above this,
yeah,
he's talking about another one. He's talking about the one where it's called To Write a Poem. And the work then breaks in with the classical approach of one making love with one's muses. I'll just say it wasn't the muse, it was truth. So the name of this character in the poem is truth. So it's like, to write a poem, I have to go.
You have to go there.
I have to go out with truth.
Yeah.
But if I get self-conscious, then she leaves.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
But yeah, you can check the stackers are listening. You can check the full poem. She has as a PDF. I don't
Yep.
But you can check it out here on our website, plebpoet.com. More books, zines, more art. Wow, look, it moves now. Did it used to do that?
Yeah, I kind of improved it a little bit though with some vibe coding I've been doing.
Whoa, look at that.
Oh,
Wow. And then check out her YouTube channel. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Which is the one that you said that you recorded? Was it this one?
Yeah.
Is it better if I turn the sound on?
Recording number 1.
No.
Oh, wow, this is cool.
Far beyond me.
See, I
Are
put
you
like
throwing
an
an effect on it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure about it, but I didn't like just the raw.
Inside me at the center
It's the first one.
is this
It sounds like it's from a one of those old record players.
yeah, like a tape recorder.
Well, inspired by the post that you were bringing up about like taping poems and making it punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get a tape player. Once I have money, I'm gonna get a tape player.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my next.
That's cool.
urge.
I like it.
I am on the opposite.
I feel like I'm seeing the beginnings of a cool indie film.
Is
There
that,
you go.
That is west of Congress.
It's Redbud Isle.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty far west.
Okay. I don't think I've been that far west.
Wait, is that bug in the water or no?
No, watch what he's gonna do. Zip.
Flew away.
That's the end.
Wait.
Well, and then I do commentary on the poem.
Oh wow. Look at
So
that.
it's a whole production, basically.
Check it out. Check it out, stackers. All the links are here in her website, plebpoet.com. And then yeah, and then we got one more post here. The zine got released today.
What's slam?
We're not there. We don't got nothing. Got nothing.
Are we
this week.
slaying people?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
That's
this
nice.
week we're slaying?
No, not this
But not
week.
this week. Okay.
Okay. So you got Shipwrecked. This got released today too. Number 16.
Yeah. So if you subscribed last week when I announced subscriptions for July, then I just put your zine in the mail. It's coming to you.
Who got Shipwrecked?
I don't know. Somebody, that was a post. I just had to include it. I loved it. I was like, wow, this really fits.
Oh, I thought somebody actually got Shipwrecked. Okay.
Somebody wants you to see Cyprus, and they posted that photo.
Yeah. I think they're in the Mediterranean somewhere.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then there's also a poem here that's old that was about pirates versus plebs versus pirates. So that poem that somebody wrote is there on the back.
Wow, this must.
Which, you know, I wanted to put something about pirates up if we're talking about wrecking ships and all that.
This
So
is cool. New zine, new week. Yeah.
I tweeted about it, and I got a retweet from Nifty.
Uh-huh.
So that just means like immediately 1,000 people see my tweet.
Oh, did they buy it?
Not yet.
Oh, wow.
You're hearing live reports.
Well, we get more people to retweet it.
On the Zaprite dashboard, it shows.
We got one.
There you go.
Got him.
I don't know why people won't retweet. It doesn't cost anything. It's the weirdest thing.
I think
I
it's
don't
mostly
understand that.
you don't want to create a bunch of noise for your.
Such a shitcoin though. Form ever.
Dude, yeah.
And it's like it's basically LinkedIn for,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like it
Millennials.
doesn't cost anything to retweet. So you're not, and social capital, especially on Twitter, is not worth anything. So it doesn't, yeah, I just don't see it as like it's very fiat. So it doesn't, that's why I don't understand the retweet. Like, just retweet it. What does it cost you?
Yeah, but in this case, I did get the retweet. So
No,
I'm
I know.
excited.
No, I'm saying, yeah, that's good. But I'm just saying when other people don't retweet stuff, it's just like kind of doesn't make any sense to me in my head.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like Stacker.News, because it's actually like real proof of work social media.
Basically, think about it in a way. The zines are retweeting the posts. Kind of.
Oh yeah, it's like real world retweet.
It's like a real world retweet. Try to say that 5 times faster.
Real world retweet.
Real world retweet.
Real world retweet. Real world retweet. And then EK, you have a lot of zines on your desk. So
Yeah,
buddy,
EK's got the collection over
whenever
there.
you're ready to come back, bro, you got a lot of reading to do.
He says he wants it to remain here so that it can kind of be the community's collection.
Don't say that. People will take it.
But people have taken them.
Yeah. Tried that once.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's jump into Oh, hang on. Let's jump into Keyan's post. Flounder Mode. Coop.
Yeah, this was I don't know what Joint Colossus is, but they went and interviewed Kevin Kelly. I don't think I've ever read a Kevin Kelly interview before. So Kevin Kelly is like one of my favorite people, probably. Just a really cool guy, really eclectic, really wise, really, kind of an inspirational figure for me. And I guess he has a studio out in Pacifica, which is just south of San Francisco. It's actually where Max Webster of HiveMind had his founder retreat. So I also like that. I went and tried to look at the coastline where the author described where his studio was. Anyways, I just found it a great article. The author themselves is kind of struggling with the idea that, like, while they're a success by, probably in the 95th percentile of successful people, maybe the 99th percentile of successful people, successful business exits, wide-ranging career of a variety of acclaim, they still feel like maybe their peers are doing better than them because they focus more on one career track. And so they kind of position the article as them interviewing Kevin Kelly because he is the prototypical example of a flounder, and not a founder, not someone who is, creating a multi-billion-dollar company, but someone who has a lot of creative energy and creative output that is admirable and seems to be really happy. And so this is just like the interview that they did with him, and I enjoyed it a lot. I like nearly everything that Kevin Kelly has put out. I have a hard time. I mean, some of it much more than others, but even the stuff that I don't want to shout.
Did he make the thing? When I first heard about him, did he make the thing where it was like that book that had all these different colors? What's it called, Keyan? It was like
he did one on,
but it was like
China. He did
it was like it was a catalog, but it was a catalog for different items. That was when I first heard about him.
Oh, Wirecutter?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Did he make that?
Yeah, he's Wirecutter.
That was the first time I ever had heard about him. And,
really?
And I love the way he had designed the inner workings of that. And I remember thinking, I was like, I love the way he did this. It's just such a unique way of, let me see if I can bring it up. Wirecutter.
I'm not really getting anything.
I don't know if that's the name of the book, but
there was there was an old Wirecutter way of the way he did the.
I think it was acquired by
the magazine.
New York Times.
It was a magazine.
He did Wired magazine.
He was the founder, one of the founders of Wired magazine.
It was an old way of the way he used to do that magazine.
I thought it was Wired. Maybe I got Wirecutter as the wrong name.
Okay, here's a list of books: Out of Control.
There's one.
New Rules for the New Economy.
I have both those.
Photographers, True Films, What Technology Wants, Cool Tools.
Cool Tools, yeah, Cool Tools. That was it. Yeah, you found it. Yeah, that was it.
I thought it was maybe it was.
Yeah, you were on the same path I was. This was the one when I saw it, I was like, this guy. I was like, who did this? And then I dived deep into this whole thing, and because I was so drawn to this style and this aesthetic.
Totally.
And then I started doing more research on it. This was around the time when I was like doing Thriller. Remember when I was doing Thriller when I first met you, Keyan? So I was doing Thriller and I was like going down this like road of like, oh, I want to figure out how to do this differently. And I went through this whole like this just road of like trying to figure out how to do this. And this was like some of the inspirations around like, I used some of this stuff, but a lot of what I took from it was just how he did this thing. And I think I heard about it from, I forget, one of the podcasts I was listening to at the time, but I just thought the way he did it was just so interesting.
I didn't know anything about Kevin Kelly until I read
This is the first time I
this
heard about it.
post.
Oh, really?
And the quotes that you picked out of the article were difficult for somebody who had no familiarity with him.
Oh,
But then I went and read the article and it was great.
yeah.
Yeah, this
That's
right
really
here.
well
So I
written.
love the way he did this thing here. Just thought this was so interesting, a way to do catalogs.
Hmm?
And how he just I don't know.
It's literally about tools then.
No, I mean I love the aesthetic of the way he just like the way that looked, the way it was presented, the QR code, like everything about that. I was just like,
Yeah.
It was just very like, you know, when somebody it was I guess at that time I was also reading not Costco, but the other one. What's the Swedish one?
The Swedish one. I only know the Swedish two.
The Swedish company, the one that makes IKEA. I was also reading the IKEA book at that time. I remember thinking, I was like, wow, where do these ideas come from, and how do they come up with them? Anyways, I just thought that was really.
Do you ever read Wired magazine?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah, like in 2010s, I used to read it a lot.
That's how I learned about Kevin Kelly.
Ah.
Yeah. Did he fund them, or did he start Wired?
He was a co-founder of Wired. He was also, remember Whole Earth Catalog?
No.
Oh, yeah. That was a Stuart Brand thing, who's a really interesting figure, too. But they were close friends, and I think they
Cool.
started Whole Earth Catalog together.
Oh, interesting.
It was,
I wonder if Paul ever met him.
Paul?
Paul, our friend Paul.
Oh, our friend Paul? Maybe.
Yeah.
He's a Kevin Kelly-like
Paul?
figure.
I bet you he probably had. He probably had a cross pass.
Let's call him up.
There's a great Tim Ferriss podcast with Kevin Kelly.
Oh, really?
Too. Yeah, from back in like 2015, 16.
But I got a
recommend
question.
that.
So you said, you know, you like pretty much everything Kevin Kelly has done.
Mhm.
If we go back to the article, I just
Mhm.
want to know, like, what do you think of the pants here?
Oh, his
They seem more contrived than the author describes them.
The
Like I do
Crocs?
not think you paint and get that much paint on them naturally.
Because the paint, the where the paint is placed also looks intentional.
Yeah. No, if you were painting in jeans like that, there would be spots that were covered in a lot of paint,
Right.
and it would be way less strategic, and it would be it would look way more random than it even looks, because it looks sort of.
So it is an
strategically
intentional, style choice.
random. I think so. He's like, I'm going to make my own pants, but that, and he
Yeah.
just did that one day, and now he's wearing them.
You don't think he bought them that way?
No, I don't think so.
Because we can't know if it's like actual paint on the fabric or if it's a print.
I think based on the man,
Here's a better look. He's got the pants on here.
you keep scrolling, yeah.
Oh, barely.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
You think he's a guy that would fashion his own pants
I think so. I think that's part
and
of
then
it.
wear them with Crocs?
Yeah.
The color
No,
story is, strong.
Yeah, right.
His wife probably made him or something for him. I guess.
I mean, look at his house though. That's pretty.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That fits. The pants fit the environment for
Yeah.
sure.
I think his house looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, it's an awesome studio.
Like, did you ever see the Brian Eno one? Like, the Brian Eno's workspace looks really
I
cool
haven't seen
too. Looks really cool.
Super eclectic.
I always like looking at artists' places. It just looks like them.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's cool.
Crocs though.
He looks very kind, He has that round face of a kind man.
That chair looks
He
comfortable.
looks Amish. He spent a lot of time with the Amish people.
It's probably
But
Cypher
I think it's
Amish.
his beard is
Yeah.
Amish inspired.
Like he could be whipping up some like Keebler cookies, I feel.
Yeah, or like makes like a really good cornbread.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and like a wood-fired oven.
Yeah, or like
Alright.
sourdough even.
Yeah, yeah, and the ingredients are stored in a
Jar.
what do they call them? They're like they don't use generators, but they will use hydraulic powered refrigerators.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah, it's like something wild. It's like pressurized gas they're allowed to use to
What?
like power their modern appliances.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
We're gonna
Read
jump.
that in one of his books. I forget which one.
We're gonna jump into the meta real quick. Top territories Q1 and Q2 2025. This is from Stacker Stats. Keyan, do you want to explain this? Or you want me to?
You can explain it.
Okay, so there's a new stacker in town. He's doing some stats on territories and their founders and what they're choosing to do. Dude, I found this really informative. I definitely changed a lot of the stuff that we do on the builders territory. It shows the different territories that are profitable, or this one's territories that are profitable and their revenue. Obviously, the Bitcoin one's going to be the most profitable one. And it goes down the list. I think Stacker Sports second. Yeah, Stacker Sports second most profitable one. Then it goes to Lightning and all these other ones. Shows top 20 territories profitability. Like what's the break-even cost? AMAs, politics and law, Stacker Sports, all that kind of stuff. And then you scroll down. I think this is where it gets really interesting, is when it starts talking about the number of comments, and Stacker Sports just killing it, dude. Killing it so much to where it's even more getting close to where Bitcoin is. And I think that's really fascinating. The guys just do a really good job of engaging on that territory. So hats off to those, to Great Ruby and Undisciplined. And then even Ask SN too. That's another one where I feel like the engagement is just really high in those territories. So I definitely learned a lot just as a territory founder, stuff that I can improve on.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then you go down here. Yeah, so this one gets into like the high and low posting and comment fees and how they're correlated with the actual revenue versus the actual cost to run a territory.
I think he says that they're not correlated.
Oh, they're not correlated? Okay.
Yeah.
Jobs, which is still relatively high.
It's 10K
10K
to post.
And then we have health and fitness. Obviously, builders is very high. I lowered that threshold after seeing this because I think I came to the realization that it's probably better to be somewhere in the $600 sat range. Feed a comment. Music's relatively high here. I don't know the actual cost of music. Health and fitness is another one that's really high.
Music is 10 sats.
10
per
cents.
Comment.
Yeah. So it looks like what's Lightning and Stacker Sports, you know?
Maybe they're 2 to 5.
2 sats. Okay.
Yeah.
Mostly everybody's going with 1, it looks like. And then he goes into zaps per post. AMAs get a lot, obviously. Builders holds its own. And I think that's because of the high post threshold. And then you kind of go to these other ones, and I think that's what we're seeing there. Where is that? And it goes into even more stuff. Comments per post, how much comments you get per post. AMAs get the most, meta get the second most. So it's just a lot of, I would love to see another post like this where it goes into like, what's the most optimal, based on all this data, what's the most optimal territory design? What do you need? You know what I mean? Like what is the most optimal territory design based on all this data? Per comments, per all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I would guess that you probably want to be, I would say you probably want to be at something. That's what I would do, is I would do 30 sats per post. That's what I do on the territories that I run. And then, 2 to probably like 2 sats for comments. And then you want to encourage, you want a lot of good content. So there's zapping, because you make 70% of 30% of zaps. You make 21% of all zaps that happen in your territory. So I would optimize my territory for content and, encouraging more content and bringing more, which would bring more attention to it. And hopefully the content is good enough that it brings in a lot of zaps so that I make 21% on the zaps. That's the way I would design it. But you want to avoid people posting content in your territory. That's one of the downsides of having a low posting cost is people will post content in your territory that you don't want to be there. So like builders has a very specific lane, and so you don't want people swerving into it. Bitcoin gets sometimes pretty random stuff in it, which is kind of lame, and you don't like it. But it's worth it so that it attracts people posting good Bitcoin stuff when they don't want to have to spend many sats. So it's kind of up to you, but the higher posting costs will mean you have less content, fewer zaps, but you'll have a more focused.
So like based off of this, it looks like the revenue from Zaps looks like health and fitness and Stacker.News looks like the most optimal based off of what I've seen off of all this data. Stacker.News and health and fitness look like the most optimal place you want to be. Obviously, Stacker Sports are killing it, and I think Bitcoin is killing it. And I think if you're one of these smaller ones, like myself and some of these other territory founders, like it's going to be tough.
How does books and articles stack up?
Where is that at? Here on this side? Yeah, I would include them too as well.
Because I can't see. Are they up there?
Yeah, they're up here. They're the purple one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. I can talk about this all day, but check it out, Stackers. Anyways, just want to share that. Keyan, you got any other thoughts? Janet, do you have any thoughts?
Well, this makes me think of a Scoresby post that also came from this week about using a writer using a territory as their newsletter. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of an interesting thought exercise and how would that work? Why are newsletters sucky? Which I agree with all of his points about that. And just using a territory as your own personal curation, but also inviting conversations. It has all the infrastructure there that you might need.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be fitting with some of our plans. We've gotten similar inquiries before about limiting the people that you can invite to a territory.
Right. Okay.
So that you can have a small group of friends there discussing things.
Totally. Yeah.
But you can keep that group to size 1 of you and have your posts there maybe.
Dang.
Yeah. But I need to read all the comments on that post because
it's really cool.
Thought about
I even think at some point you could even see a territory founders territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go super meta.
Yeah, you could even see that to where it's just optimized for.
That's kind of what Stacker Stats is, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you could even see that to where it's yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm super bullish on territories long term.
But yeah, it also makes me just kind of be remember Stacker.News pre-territories?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But I remember when it launched, I was remember we were all I remember that day when you launched, I was dude, this is going to change
everything.
Yeah, then we spent 2 years on wallets.
Yeah.
2 years going non-custodial.
Yeah, well, you didn't see that coming, but
yeah.
Anyways.
It's been cool.
Yeah. Fun.
I'm going to run through mine real quick.
We wanted to do the John Attic El Salvador thing.
Oh yeah.
I forgot my other post. I can get into it before you bring it up, but John Attic,
yeah, that's right.
one of the I think most loved Bitcoin Core contributors, was detained in El Salvador and posted on Twitter about it, saying that they were going to get their phone taken away. I think also and their passport. John has been trying has bought quite a bit of. Not quite a bit, but they bought property in El Salvador looking to run a sort of a developer sanctuary, and they've been sharing on X photos of the progress and stuff. It looks like a really awesome place. It's in the middle of a jungle. I think they're going to call it Bitcoin Jungle or something. I think maybe that's already a Costa Rica thing. I don't know, but really awesome space. There was some issue with land ownership and transfer of rights and stuff, and with his neighbors. And he had a phone call with, I think, the original landowner, and which was a woman. That woman reported him to the police, and then he was arrested, and this whole thing transpired. But apparently all that it was that she reported that I think he took a hostile tone with her, which is apparently a criminal offense in El Salvador, given that they used to have a lot of domestic abuse. and crimes against women, they took a pretty hard line on it. And that's why he got arrested, but he was quickly out. You know, I think he was, I think Max Kaiser's and Stacey Herbert, I think she intervened, I think, and he had lawyers available to him, and so he got out pretty fast. So it wasn't that big, but it was interesting.
Yeah, because it wasn't Bitcoin related at all.
No, not Bitcoin related at all, but sort of Bitcoin related in that he's a Bitcoin contributor, and El Salvador was once the Bitcoin paradise. Yep. Anyway,
Crazy.
Yeah, pretty interesting. There's a lot you could say there about women, but
wait, do you have anything to say?
refrain.
yeah, I don't know if that's fair.
I think we'll all just decide to just.
No. I mean, if you guys say something, then
No,
say
it
something.
wasn't good stuff.
No, say something. I mean,
do you think a man shouldn't be able to call you names? Do you think it should be?
Well, you just mentioned how, like, you know, because it was a big problem of domestic violence, now it's being really cracked down on. And I'm just thinking, like, yeah, so like a perfect thing for like a woman to then like kind of use to her advantage if she wanted to.
Yeah, that's what some people were saying in the comments, is that it can be easily abused, unfortunately, because it is a criminal offense if you get called a name or a man is like demeaning, I think is like the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder like
some
how
people
that's
deserve
going.
to be demeaned, man or woman.
I wonder how that's going for like dating.
It's probably okay, but that's kind of the trouble. Is like she's like threatening to put you in jail because you said something to her. Why don't you just beat her up and shut her up for real? Like, why don't you just?
Well, and you end up in jail and she ends up in the hospital.
Yeah, but you don't. Maybe you silence her. You know, like for real. Like you like. I don't know. You shank her or something. I don't know.
See, this is exactly where I knew the conversation would end up and why we shouldn't even begin it.
Shank all women. Also believe them.
all right. Let's run through mine real quick. Just want to share RUNSTR season 1. So Hustle's releasing a thing. I think it starts today, actually. He has the official announcement for RUNSTR. Starts today. There's a competition with the 3-month distance competition where you can start running. Keyan, I know you're running and walking more.
Oh, I'm definitely walking. I'm not running.
Oh, you're not running.
I'm cycling.
Okay. You're cycling. But
walking.
There's a 200,000 sat bounty just for walking. And you just got to download RUNSTR, Android only. But the buy-in is only, where is it at? Is it 2K?
200,000, yeah.
No, that's a pool. 10K sats buy-in. Pretty cool.
Heyo.
And then the other thing I was going to share is early days with Uncle Jim. Me and Jim recorded an early days.
He's wearing a jacket.
And yeah.
Did he like AI his face there to make his chin?
Oh, I did. He said that. He goes, "Hey, why did you AI my face?" And I was like, "It's okay, dude. You'll be fine."
I was like, it looks like Jim, but it looks like Jim after a round of TRT or something. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
But yeah, we talked about CASCDR and all that kind of stuff. But it was a good talk. Always, it's just basically us just hanging out, basically. But we talked about all his stuff that he's working on with CASCDR. Pull up Jamie and Clara.
Oh, that's what you guys were talking about.
Yeah, so it's worth a listen if you are interested in that kind of stuff.
Or you like
Jim's the way he thinks about AI it's a very alternative take than what you get on mainstream news. So he mentions Koob a lot of times.
He's an alternative kind of guy. Jim and I talk quite a bit about founder stuff.
And then
Gemini?
Yeah, he's also a Gemini.
And then also wanted to bring up this because Graphene is currently under attack by the mainstream media. They are being, I guess you could say they are being blackballed in a way as being a surveillance, or how would you say?
A tool for criminals.
There you go. That's what it is. So make sure you download it now while you still can before.
The thing is strictly this. The Spanish government is they have a propaganda campaign to make people associate Graphene and Pixel specifically as a device used by criminals.
So there you go. Download it while you still can before you won't be able to anymore. That's what I say. And I just want to get that out there. This had a lot of comments. I was surprised. It was like 4-6 hours and no one had posted this in Stacker.News. I was like, what's going on?
I didn't even see it until you posted it. So
yeah, I was like,
glad you posted it.
I had to post it.
Final used to come and write on Stacker.News about this stuff, but I don't know what happened. They might have lost their authentication and just gave up.
Yeah. That, and then the last thing I wanted to bring up was the Central Texas floods. So this happened last week or last July 4th. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's pretty big news. It was very devastating. A lot of people died. A lot of people affected by it. Yeah, just wanted to share that if you guys had any thoughts about it.
I mean, is this article just kind of asking questions?
No, it's just, talking about, all the devastation and all the people that, that passed away.
Right. Well, because we've been having discussions about it in the lab. But I don't know if that's what this article is about.
Well, I mean, there was this article today. So Governor Abbott is going to start working on
like a wax figurine. I swear.
He's going to start getting, he's going to start getting certain things in place now to where we're going to have better pre-alarm and pre-emergency communications in place. So that way, along that river, there's some sort of signal or alert that people will be able to.
Wasn't there like another story about like Rainmaker?
Well, I just wanted to talk about this, that like, there's
somebody posted that.
I did, but
about the Rainmaker, like CEO.
But yeah, it was a lot of devastation. Yeah. It's flash flood alley right there.
Oh boy.
Look at that. Did you hear, were you traveling that day, Keyan?
Yeah, I was flying in. I think on one of the planes that was seeding clouds, I think. That's what I was accused of. Or what I accused myself of. Yeah, I was flying back in from California. So we like went through the storm, I think, or above it or something on July 4th.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, just wanted to share that. And that's all my posts for the week. Yeah. Let's jump into the top stackers. Top Cowboys. Top Cowboys of the week. Getting on up. Looks like we got a stacker in hiding. Coob. Undisciplined 117. Blockchain Boog. Ray Ruby. I don't think anything's changed.
I don't think anything's changed. No.
Nothing's ever changing here.
Nope. That's why this excitement is so exciting.
Turns out it's the most exciting.
This is why I've been sessions.
Well, I always like to see where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because that changes.
Yep. Let's see where Pleb Poet's at.
Yeah, that real action is at the bottom.
Real actions, once we get past Aardvark and EK, then it
Scoresby has been, back in a big way lately.
Cars at 22.
Yeah.
Simple Stacker has 21. That's probably the money spot, Gosh, look at that. 1.2 million stack.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Are all these stackers hitting like 1 million now in sats?
Can't wait to hit 1 million. I'm like 100K away.
What?
Wow.
Y'all all, wow, sat millionaires here on Stacker.News? Man.
Yeah.
What am I doing wrong?
Well, you don't comment much. Well, you've been commenting
Look
more.
at all my comments.
Yeah, you've been commenting. I feel like you have been more lately. But
well, you're not writing a lot of. I think those. So if you look at Simple Stacker, they're writing like pretty serious original content.
Yeah, because I work for a living.
I know. I'm not saying you need to do anything. I'm not. This isn't a comment on you. There's no judgment, Car. No judgment here.
RBD. Look at RBD, bro. Look at RBD.
It's not judgment.
RBD's even catching up.
Oh,
he's catching up. He's already smoked me.
He's got a little
Look
mark
at
in
that.
there.
727 stacked RBD. Damn. Bell curve.
Elvis has stacked a lot.
Am I like down in the 100s?
Dude, look at so Kepford has 2.2 milli.
That
Kepford's
makes
been around.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Back in the Dizzy though.
Kepford Puts a lot of
Dude,
good shit out.
Temper's one of my all-time favorite stackers.
Yeah.
Nunya, even Nunya. Look, Nunya's been coming back too. Look, he's only stacked 62. That's because he hangs out on Nostr, though. He should rethink his priorities.
Nunya will share their podcast quite a bit.
He should rethink.
Occasionally, some
Rethink it,
original
Nunya.
content.
Rethink it. Leaving a lot of sets on the table.
Let's call it. We could just call this the shame segment, Stacker shame segment.
Even Max, dude. Even Max getting a return on his investment. Look at that.
Oh, I don't know. Is that a pretty big loss there?
Hey, man. If he hodls that. I'm just kidding.
He spent almost 6 million.
Hustle's back. Look at that. 756 stacked.
Wow.
Damn.
I was
Look at
surprised.
that.
I was surprised you.
Where's
posted
Pleb
that.
Poet?
Am I gonna be like 100 down here?
Yeah,
Pleb
probably.
Poet is in disbelief right now because she's so focused on making zines. She forgets.
It's because I'm not
forgets-
sending, because I don't have a sending
She forgets
wallet
to come.
attached right now.
She forgets to come in to Stacker.News. Oh yeah, she is
97.
197.
Oh, I'm like
Yeah.
200K.
Right above
200.
the fold, dude.
Yeah.
There you go, Pleb Poet. You're like where I used to be 3 months ago.
Yeah, you can.
Except for that time that I like
Yeah.
had surpassed you by a lot.
Look at
so.
that. New.
No, she just got it today.
Just got a cowboy hat today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't have enough cowboy credits.
All right, it's 5:30. I gotta jump off. Cool. I think that's all we got. Oh yeah, hang on. Let me go to
Fountain?
yeah, we got one more thing here. Boost, baby. Boost. We gotta do the boost. We
You
gotta
need to switch your camera back.
Oh yeah, my bad.
That's okay.
We got a boost, baby. Let's go back to boost. Blockchain Book says great explanation of Spark Cube.
Oh, thanks, Blockchain Book.
And then we got what was it here? Gray Ruby gave us a boost. Blockchain Book says Mercury Layer used to be my favorite way to improve my UTXO privacy.
Oh, wow.
And then Poopsicle said the 4th of July is coincidentally one day before the 5th of July.
Wow, that is a coincidence.
Big
Never
coincidence.
noticed that.
Keyan, what are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, I'm going to be not doing anything very exciting. Probably just enjoying the weekend, which is very detailed. How about you, Car? What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna be working.
Oh, that's the best.
That's the best. Jenna, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm gonna be working on putting the collector's edition of the zines together.
What?
That's right.
Wow,
Gold
I can't
leaf,
wait.
right?
Can't
If
wait.
anybody has an idea of like what the cover of that should look like, I'm very open.
Oh, I don't
Because I
know.
have some like gold, and so I'm thinking just like SNZ and gold
Oh, yeah.
on a black cover might be kind of sick.
That might be really cool.
So we'll
You
see.
know what? You know what? I don't know what it should look like, but maybe some inspiration would be is like looking at some old,
Kevin Kelly.
yeah, Kevin Kelly or like some old, like
Mm.
really collector item, like
Mm.
anthology sets,
Yeah.
and like thinking in terms of like what it like, so that way you're thinking in terms of like a 10 or like 20
Right.
or 30, and like they all fit together. I don't know, some ideas there.
For sure.